Good morning, y'all. Why, yes, it is somewhere. So we're outside with our lovely Diamondback DB10. I absolutely love this girl. And she is, once I drop the mag, she is clear and on safe. Now, of course, I'm putting the mag back in her. If you love things like this sweet lady, if you love the Second Amendment, if you love the Constitution, if you love freedom and having rights, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I guess what the heck, feel free to comment. Now, why, Brian, do you ask? Is all that fucking blue shit all over your rifle? Well, this is painter's tape. Guess what that means? That's right. We're gonna paint this bitch. Is it my first time painting a rifle? No. Is it my first time painting a pattern on a rifle? Yes. And hopefully we don't fuck this up. But, so, again, first things first, I taped off things that need to be taped off and things I just don't necessarily want painted. Yes, I can take that pad off. No, I didn't feel like it, so yes, I taped it up. I don't particularly, the last paint job I did, I painted the barrel. It didn't do anything to it. I shoot it all the time. It's not discolored from the paint. But again, that could be the kind of paint that I used. But what the hell, I really don't want the barrel to be the particular color. So I did remove the guard, and I taped up the barrel. Now, I don't necessarily, because this has magnetic caps, I don't necessarily have to put tape, but just for a little extra protection. And then, of course, anything on your optic, if you're leaving your optic on, if you're painting your optic, anything that does have hash marks, any other kind of numeric markings, you might want to tape up. Whereas things like the True Glow label here, I honestly don't give two shits. I didn't paint it on my last one, and I kind of wish I'd painted it on my last one. Everything else, you know what, it's really not going to make a whole lot of difference. Actually, I probably will go back and paint or tape off my trigger here, because I really don't want that. Just be careful not to get paint in places like down inside your trigger well, inside mag wells in particular, which I'm not going to be painting directly into my mag well. I do have a mag in it. I am painting the mag as well, which is why I also have my spare mag taped off, including the cute little windows, because what's a window if you paint it, right? So, in a minute, we'll get started. So I am going to shoot my spare mag first, just because this will actually have to be flipped and all that good shit. And well, because of the way I've got my rifle set up, I don't necessarily have to. As you can see, I am doing it outside. I've got a piece of cardboard over my table, and this stuff says that it dries to the touch in 20 minutes to an hour. But, you know, due to humidity and heat and all that other good sort of thing, I really want to give it the maximum amount of time allowable to be able to do that. Because, you know, because. And of course, I don't want to get it too thick, too heavy on the first coat, because, well, this isn't that camouflage paint that I used the last time I painted a rifle. So, yeah, there are issues like running and shit like that, and the other paint that I used didn't. So, we're just going to take, of course, some short, even strokes. Now, I do have my my shoulder stock pulled out as far as what I can get it, just so that I can try and get everything. Now, is it, you know, of course, at some point, my stock's going back into my natural position. And, of course, that'll, you know, scrape paint and all that good shit. But, tell you what, I'm going to continue on. And, yeah, we'll pick this up later. All right, so we've got our first coat down. And we're going to let that dry for a little bit. Oh, yeah. And we'll go from there. So now that we've got her painted up real nice in our fire red, which is just about this side of UT orange, if you ask me. But we're going to let that dry and cure overnight inside the house, not out here in the damn yard. And we'll come back and do the rest of the damage. And then we're going to cross our fingers and hope for the damn best. Alright, so our gun is completely dry from the initial undercoat. We've got, this is a mesh laundry bag that we're going to be using to print with. And we've got our next coat of paint. This stuff dries really fast. And if there's one thing that I have learned through painting guns, again, this is not my first one. This is just my first one with any sort of print or design on it. It is definitely use Rust-Oleum. That's all I can tell you. There are other paints, but man, they are mostly just a pain in the ass to work with. So we'll come back after this is done and see what the finished product looks like. All right, so here she is, paint dry, everything complete. So we've got the fire red underneath, and then, now it's difficult to see, well, actually not too bad. So you can see that snakeskin texture from the laundry bag that we used. And then, of course, anything, like I said, anything that's got a number, a tick mark, anything like that, you do want to tape up so that you can still read that shit, so that you can make your adjustments and whatnot. So that's her, and frankly, I think she looks good. Now, of course, you're going to hear a lot of people tell you about how if you're going to paint a gun, you need to paint it according to your surroundings. If you live in a woodland area, you need to do woodland paint. If you live in a desert area, you can do more desert paints and desert camouflages and all that shit. And, yeah, okay, great, fine, whatever. Do I personally agree with it? No, absolutely not. So my thought on the whole thing is, and, you know, it kind of, so Dalton said yesterday, and I really loved it, so I'm stealing his quote. You know, it says, well, you can really, you can accomplish anything with a can of spray paint and a dream. And, you know, so kind of the moral of that is, I'm not a hunter, you know, and even if I was, I sincerely doubt that there's a deer in the woods that's going to go home screaming, oh, thank God he painted his damn gun white, otherwise I'd have never seen him. I'm not out, you know, with the squad raiding, you know, encampments and all that shit, and there's no Civil War yet. So it really is, it's a matter of what is it that you want to do? What look do you want to go? What designs do you want to go for? Hell, go for it. Now, if you're worried about things like scratches and chips and the paint wearing and all that kind of shit, I'd highly recommend you don't paint your gun. Save up your pennies, spend the $300 to $600 it takes to Cerakote it. But if you to create something like this or whatever else pops into your head, you know what? $7 rattle can and make your dreams come true, you know? Screw all those other guys. It's your money, it's your gun, and if you decide you fucked it up and you don't like it, fuck it. Buy another $7 can of spray paint and do it again. So, until next time, remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, have fun with your shit, and we'll see you next time. Wait. Hold up. I know, you thought we were done. I thought we were done. Shit. So remember the part when I said, if you don't like it, fuck it, just paint it again. Okay, so I didn't completely repaint it, but I wasn't quite happy with it. So I did throw in just a little more red. So she's not completely white with the nice snakeskin, but she's white and red and still has the snakeskin in there. And yeah, so again, can spray paint in a dream. Yeah.